We will not be banned.
You won't be banned?
No. This is what I think, because I trust with my chairman, with my CEO, what they explain to me, I trust them. If it's happened, because UEFA decide that, we will accept it and move forward.
UEFA have opened an investigation after the allegations of breaking FFP. I wonder what you might have to say about that.
I think the club made a statement yesterday, so I could not add more than that. So, club is open, so hopefully can finish as soon as possible, and UEFA can decide what he sees. I trust. I said last season, I trust a lot what the club has done because I know them, but hopefully they can solve it as soon as possible and stop for this environment.
You've achieved so much here. Are you concerned at all that your legacy at this football club will be tainted by the allegations and whatever UEFA decide to do?
No, absolutely not.
So you're quite happy about where the club is and where you are?
Yeah, definitely.
Have you spoken to the hierarchy here at the club regarding the allegations made regarding FFP? Have you spoken to them, and are you satisfied with what they've told you?
Yeah, they know it, how people press, push to find something wrong. But what I said, I work with them, I know them for a long, long time. I work with them for a long, long time, not just here, and I trust a lot of what they have done. After that, we'll see. When I wish is clarify as quick as possible. Hopefully UEFA can come as soon as possible and see what we have done, and it's not good, and we have to be, okay, we will accept it. And if everything is right, okay, at the end it's going to finish and keep going, move forward.
And regardless, it doesn't affect your position? Regardless, when you say it's clarified, regardless of what that clarification
in my position
is? Yeah.
My position depends if I lose games. And after that, my position can be in trouble. But if we win all the managers, we are safe. Only what I can do is, I'm not involved. I'm not involved with what happened in the locker room, on and off the pitch, in my players, with my team. That is, and after that, I'm part of the club, and like I know them, I sustain them 100%.
From your point of view as a manager, how worried are you about the prospect of a Champions League ban for you? Because obviously it's the biggest competition in the world, and every manager wants to.
Club making a statement yesterday was clarified. He was in the perfect. They have done absolutely following the rules, and after that, I cannot say anything else. So I don't know. So tomorrow have a game, and we're going to play a lot of games, and what's going to happen is going to happen.
There have been some allegations this week about the way the club has behaved in relation to financial fair play and the rules. Do you think that in any way undermines what you and your players have achieved on the field and what you're continuing to try to achieve on the field?
Well, I think about that issue, the club making a statement the last Friday about what happened, about the stolen mails. So what I can say personally in the club, of course I trust a lot with the club, what they have done. And of course we want to follow the rules, what the UEFA, the FIFA, or all the statements in the Premier League. They do what we have to do. So a part of that, believe me, I'm completely honest. So I don't know what happened because I'm a manager. I am focused what happened on the pitch, in the locker room, on off the pitch, but about the business, about they handle this kind of situation, I'm completely out of that. But I am part of the club. I'm supportive, absolutely the club, and we want to do what really we have to do in terms of the rules. About undermine what we have done or not. So the opinions is free in that terms, and we know that we win, we'll be good accept, and we'll lose, we are not going good accept about because we are not able to win. So at the end, focus what you have to do on the pitch is only we can do.
I understand that you are absolutely no part of the process and the things that are being talked about, but equally, some people may now look at you even when you win and say, well, you're only winning because the club has been spending money on players that it shouldn't have been spending.
I think that's it for the last decade. So the people is saying about that club in the last decade just win because we have money. I don't think because we think good things. So
But there is a difference.
that is the issue. Always stay here because they pass to stay in one level and to achieve another level. You need a lot of time, and of course money. But a lot of time. When you invest more, then this gap, the time reduced. To achieve that gap.
Last one. There is a difference between spending a lot of money and spending money that maybe you shouldn't have been spending because of the rules.
You said that, maybe.
Well, that's what some people will now look at your team and say. How do you feel about that?
But I have to accept it. When the people say it, you win because just we have money, it's okay. What I would say, it's okay, I accept it. We believe we work a lot. Not just the manager, in that case it's me, so our staff, and especially the players. So always I said many times, we cannot achieve what we achieve the big clubs in Europe, not just in all the world in the big leagues, is because they have to spend. And spend why? Because we need good players. All the ideas that we have, without good players we cannot do that. So I said many times here in the press conference. So the first is because we have that opportunity, that after that, if the people say just about that, we have to accept it.
One team that did spend big in the transfer window again was Chelsea, one of your rivals traditionally in the top 4 and the top 6. What did you make of their approach and what they did?
No, it's not my business.
How does it affect the dynamic in the Premier League when a club spends so much? I mean, we're talking more than 500 million in the last 2 windows.
No, it's not my business. It's surprised because it's not a club estate. And what I'm concerned is the fact that we won 11 titles in the last 5 years, being the 5 or 6 team spend net in the Premier League. So this is all I'm concerned what we have done so far in this time.
Pep, if City had spent 550 million or so in 2 windows, what do you think the reaction from the football public would have been?
I know.
But
I know what will happen.
Do you think you'd have got a lot of criticism?
It happened in the last 5-6 years.
But I mean, you've never spent close to anything like that though in 2 transfer windows.
What I said, so being right now the 5th or 6th Premier League team in the spend net, in the last we won 11 trophies. That is the 4 Premier Leagues in the last 5 years. That is what really counts to us. You know that, but you know what Chelsea has done, what the other club has done. It's not my business. Business, I know exactly what we are working and try to do our best. And of course, we need the good players, like Chelsea believes, and Arsenal believes, and Liverpool and United believes that without the good players you cannot compete. Not just here in Premier League in Europe, and you have to spend. Now the market is it's a lot, but it's what Chelsea has decided to do is not my business. Honestly, I never involve in the opinions in other clubs because there are regulations and rules that they have to do it. We were accused. 8, I don't forget that 8 and 9 teams in the Premier League sent a letter to the Premier League, another one to be banned, to be out of the Premier League. So that happened to us when the other 5th team spent net in the last 5 years, when we start to win titles. So this is the reality.
So you think there's criticism in one rule for City, and then other teams behaving in another way?
Where we come from, for sure, yeah, definitely. Definitely.